Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a kind of video invite. I sent you an email last week and I just wanted to follow up. It was called Guess Where We're Going. In my personal and professional life, I've had a lot of breakthroughs, but to be honest, more near breakthroughs. And I have a couple big ones brewing right now. I'm going to be breaking through in some personal development areas, which are more psychologically based. My grit, my staying power, my ability to hang in there through tough times and choose the right thing, even though it doesn't feel good. And definitely my spiritual direction. I feel I'm growing closer and closer to God as I kind of surrender control and trying to live in tomorrow, really just trying to live in today, plan for tomorrow, but not live there. And that's always been a problem for me. Some people are living in the past, some people are living in the future, but I think the good life, the kingdom life is right here in the present. So my career, definitely having a lot of great things going on in my career. I've been asked and contracted to do management training, employee enrichment training, consulting, everything from the HR space to health and wellness. And it's exciting because people are people, no matter whether you're working or you're at home, whether you're on an airplane, whether you're sitting in a conference, whether you're changing a diaper. We're all humans. We all have the same struggles with getting through the day with a good attitude, feeding our body well, moving our body the proper way, letting our mind wander a bit, but not going into fear and depression and anxiety. So I'm really excited about my professional career, my desire to have like health and wellness retreats, kind of like an Airbnb for health, is slowly starting to come to fruition. I have a lot of things that are probably going to break through this year. So, um, oh, and there's my fitness. I've probably lost about 35 pounds in the last 3 years, just real slow and steady. I had to find what didn't work for me and what did work for me. And it's not like a diet, it's not a program or a plan. I have painstakingly found what does not and what does work for me. And I have kind of a way I walk through that with people to figure out exactly what nutrients you put in your body, when to put them in your body, when you shouldn't, when you get some wiggle room to have a little fun and party like a rock star, when you should not, how to move your body, when you should not move your body, and those kind of things. And it's really it's simple once you understand it. It's not easy, but it is simple. And I feel like most people are caught up in complicating things. So we're trying to break those complex systems and programs and plans and things that are just not really going to last for a lifetime. So I'm on the precipice of great breakthrough, and some of you know you are too, and some of you don't think you are, but you're really a couple good decisions away from being there. Everybody thinks you gotta, kind of climb up rungs of ladders to get where you want, but it really doesn't work that way. I think it's more setting your mind right, setting the habits that give you success, and working towards those daily. But things become exponential, and something that once took you 2 years could happen in 2 days, and something that you thought was going to take 2 days might take 2 years. And that's why living in the moment is so important, because if you don't, you'll get frustrated, you'll get upset, and you'll really get off track. I know people, let's say it's weight loss or fitness, and they've been trying to lose the same 10 pounds for 40 years, 20 years, 10 years. You know how that goes. They start and stop, and never quite get there. And it's really not about how much, it's about doing the right things to get there. So, here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to wait till I've accomplished all these things in my professional, personal, spiritual development and then write my book, which I've already written a book before and I thought it was terrific and simple and easy. It's called The Pre-Diet Plan, Everything You Must Do Before You Can Successfully Diet to Lose Weight. It's a mouthful, but it was just simple things. Um, but what I don't want to do with this is write in retrospect or write in reverse. I don't want to reverse engineer what I did and try to feed that to you for consumption. It's like when you go to the gym and you see the trainers and they look like Greek gods or bodybuilders or fitness models. Most of the time they're anomalies. So what? And I don't mean to discredit their hard work. I'm just saying I've known them personally. A lot of times it doesn't matter what they ate or did, as long as they exercise, they'd look like that. And I say, hey, we're not those people. Most of us are people that have very specific and complicating hormones and habits and behaviors and histories and past. So for us, it's a little different. We need to really have it custom to us, because when you try to emulate those people or follow their steps, it just doesn't seem to work. And I mean, I have bookshelves of gurus who I admire and they've done great things. And then I try to do what they do. And it was their thing, it wasn't my thing. And then I end up frustrated. Okay, so I'm trying to uh, grab onto you guys and pull you up the hill with me. Let's get on the path that leads to less stress, less resistance, more peace, more contentment. But let's like kick some butt and take some names, right? We really want to make some changes and get to where we want to go. Those dreams, those passions that are in your heart that you either gave up on or people said you couldn't do it, or you haven't given up on it and nobody said anything, you just haven't shared them. You really haven't brought them to consciousness to start taking some action with them. So I wanted to grab some people that are in similar positions in life. They just know there's something more, there's something for them, and grab them and pull them up the path with me as I break through some of these things, which is very different than waiting till I've, quote, arrived. I haven't arrived at anything yet, but I have a pretty good understanding of how this works. And if you're right there behind me, I could grab you and pull you up, and we could encourage each other. We could create a network and a group because there's many people like us trying to accomplish things that just haven't been done or haven't been done in your life. The pandemic made it real clear that we got problems. People are more isolated, people are sicker, people are more depressed, more anxious, more fearful. We know the media is chopping everything up and trying to divide and create hysteria and fear and drama because that's what sells. That's what our behaviors, everything unfortunately isn't about to educate us, it's about to sell us something. Our politicians are always selling. They're selling themselves. They're selling their policies. They're trying to keep their elections going or get reelected. All these things. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, you're getting sold. Doctors are offering prescriptions. Well, those prescriptions come from pharma. Pharma is big bucks with medical school and research studies. And why? Because their job is to make money for their company. So I don't want to digress and get all into that stuff, but the medical health fitness political world right now is a mess, and most of it's because you're not getting the full truth or you're getting mistruths, which are truths that are tweaked, and really the reason is for selling you. Everything is a darn sale. um, so, I mean, even in saying this, this is what I do for a living. So maybe I'm selling you too, but you have to discern whether I'm selling you on something that's good for you or I'm just trying to sell you. Because there's a difference between selling something that's good for you and just selling you. So, um, here's what the cost is if you don't change. We're never on the fence, okay? You're either getting healthier and more well and more optimal in your mind, body, spirit, or you're not. You're degenerating, you're wearing out. There's very little homeostasis or balance in our culture just because of the things I've already talked about. And if you find yourself living in constant fear or worry, if you find yourself living in lack, if you find yourself physically weak or feeling weak and low energy, if you're afraid of being dependent on people around you, when you don't want to be dependent yet. I mean, eventually we're all going to be dependent, but there's a difference between dependent on somebody to meet our needs and take care of us when we're 65 versus 85. My wife's grandmother just turned 100 and she barely needs help. It's amazing. So we don't want to be a burden to our loved ones, and we definitely don't want to be alone. And you could be surrounded by people and feel alone. Those of you who struggle with that know exactly what I'm saying. So if you want to walk a different path with me, there's all kinds of things we're going to do. It's very intensive. It's not going to be some cheap little program where I send you some bullet points and tell you to do it on your own. I mean, this is intensive and it's relational, it's community based. I got to get in your business a little bit. I might have to get in your pantry. I might have to get in your garage. I might have to get on the path you walk. I might have to come to your job. We might have to invite other people in. We might have to go places. We'll have to audit food and exercise and healthy body motion and your thought life. Maybe what you do with your time. There's a lot of things that have typically been off limits to health and wellness, and they've typically been off limits to work, and they've been off limits to church, and they've been off limits to your charity time. And there's all these things. And really, to be well, you gotta integrate them all together. So we have to start looking at you, whether you're Jane or Rich. We got to look at Jane in all her capacities, whether she's a change in a diaper or leading a mom's group or being a CEO at a business or starting her own company, or if Rich is, working for a nonprofit or he's a professional athlete. You got to be who you are no matter the time, space, place. Okay. And that's something I'm learning. And that's a big part of my journey is it nice just to wake up and just be who you are and not have to worry about being a chameleon or putting on the different hat? And multitasking is fine, but it's also exhausting if you're putting on different hats while you're multitasking. So, anyhow, if anything I've said has interested you and you want more information on how to come on this journey with me, because we're going places and I ain't stopping. And I don't necessarily need to get to every mountaintop, but there are some big hills I want to conquer this year and next year. And if you want to start realizing how to get those dreams out of your heart, out of your head, cultivate skills and talents you thought you have, or maybe you think you want, or you just saw somebody else and you go, there's something about that I want. If you want to get it, let's figure out if it's possible. Let's figure out what is attainable. What should your body look like? How strong should your body be? How much energy should you have? What is good sleep for you? What is good purpose for you? How should you spend your time? Where should you spend money? What's fulfilling to you? What's giving back to your family, the community, the greater good? Okay. If those things resonate with you, please return an email to me. Just click reply to this. Or send me an email at drshawnpatterson@gmail.com. That's probably where you got this from. Text my office, call my office, 916-933-0974. Visit my website, drpatterson.com. But get in touch with me. Just let me know, hey, I'm interested, and we'll chat. And we want to make sure this is for you. And then we'll talk about costs and commitment levels and things, but it will very much be curated to you. Because there is no one size fits all. You might be easy, you might be tough like me, but either way, we're gonna figure it out, okay? And I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this, and have a blessed day. Thanks so much. Bye bye.